All right, let's rock and roll, people. Good morning. Today is March 1st. Welcome to March. Welcome to episode number 313 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. I'm your host, Dr. Gerald Ozier, and over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Jeff Watala, Tom Bishop, LegoSec, Carey, and so many others are going to be ripping, shredding, tearing up the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be giving my expert analysis and opinion on each of those stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner, or if you're looking to break into the industry, we got you covered, because the terminology, the concepts, the threat actors, the names, they're all going to be relevant to you in crushing a cybersecurity job interview. Ask somebody in chat. They'll know what I'm talking about. What's up, Barricade Cyber Solutions? Coming out strong, swinging.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Thanks for the gifted subs. Everybody dig into those gifted subs. Craig Bartley, Nate M, Andrew Nakamura. Love it, love it, love it. Michael McBride getting some of that action. Mac Wells, Brian White. Eric Taylor, Barricade Cyber Solutions, making a splash this morning on March 1st. Good morning, everybody. Now, before we get into it, I'd love to share the stream sponsors with you, starting with the very generous Eric Taylor and his company, Barricade Cyber Solutions. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Links in the description below. I am at barricadecyber.com right now. If you're looking at the website or looking at the stream, this is Eric's site. Guys, if you work at a business and you don't have a plan for a cyber incident impacting you, right? Maybe you have like an idea of what you would do. I got news for you. When it actually happens, you're going to have an adrenaline dump. You're going to be running every which way in that, and you're actually not going to be doing much around handling the intrusion, okay? So having someone like Eric Taylor, having someone like Barricade Cyber just on standby, this isn't a situation where like you're committing funds right away, like you're talking to the guy. Go to Barricade Cyber, get on his calendar, have a conversation, help your business out in advance, right? It's an investment in your own business. All right, I do want to say shout out and much love to the stream's new sponsor for the month of March. It looks like I've put the wrong promo card up here like a fool, but you know how we make mistakes, right? Cyber Coffee, Carl, and sometimes Visual. I want to say shout out to the new sponsor for the month of March and April and May, Panoptcy Security. My good friend Brandon Poole. If you guys know Brandon Poole, he's been on the stream show a couple times. Wonderful practitioner. Panoptcy Security is his company. He does a couple different things, but what I want to share with you, and I'll have marketing copy like later in the week probably, but basically, if you want to actually execute quantified cybersecurity risk assessments and actually understand where your prioritized risks are and how to invest in your cybersecurity program effectively, go check out Panoptcy Security. I'll put a link in, there's a link in the description below. But basically, guys, I'm not gonna belabor this too much, but when you do risk assessments in GRC, there's qualified risk assessments and quantified risk assessments. Qualified is like the heat map, and it's like a gut feeling. Oh, I got 20 years of experience. This is a low likelihood but high impact, so it's kind of a medium risk. Let's address it. Quantified risk assessment actually takes in statistical evidence, probability, metrics, and gives a more informed, defendable, objective position on where your risks are. It's an entire technique. I haven't gone into it on the channel very much, but it is better than qualified risk assessment. It costs more, it takes longer. Check out Panoptcy. You have to be a more seasoned practitioner to execute it as well. Brandon Poole is definitely qualified to knock that out. All right. Also want to say it is Wednesday. Ooh, boy, I'm excited. I want to remind you every episode, including this one of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing, is worth half a CPE. So be sure to say what's up in chat, hashtag Team Live, hashtag Team Hybrid. if you're catching up on replay. Hashtag team replay if you're just catching this at the end. Tony Roy getting so much value. Yes, Tony. Love it, love it, love it. Guys, if you're team live, stay right here. I'm super pumped. It is Wednesday, so we do Worldwide Wednesday, which we're about to drop into in a hot minute. If you're on team replay, thank you for catching it on replay. I am actively working on the Team Race Simply Cyber Community Challenge. I think we're going to use Discord in order to facilitate it. Internal Stranger had offered up some perspective around squad memberships and how international people can't necessarily get them unless Barricade Cyber or some other generous member of the community donates. So I don't want to be exclusive like that. So we'll get into it, okay? But let me do this really quickly. I'm going to pin a chat. Boom. Because, there we go. Hold on, let me pin this chat. Let me pin this chat. All right. We got that. Let me drop this. Guys, it is Wednesday. Oh, boy. Listen to this. Worldwide Wednesday, what we're about to do right now is presented by IT Pro TV, now IT Pro from ACI Learning. The international online training solution that professionals in audit, cybersecurity, and IT turn to for binge-worthy content. Use promo code SimplyCyber30 to get 30% off your first month or first year. Holler at me. Now listen really quickly. Carrie in chat right now said that because he's a veteran, he gets 60% off. All right? Guys, I'm more interested in you getting access to affordable content than I am in making a couple extra bucks. If you go to IT Pro TV, definitely explore the veteran options to get the biggest discount and get access to this wonderful content, all right? Now, let me roll this back to 2 minutes. Here we go. If you're new here, every Wednesday I ask you to call out where you're coming from. I highlight the map. We see if we can get the whole continent, all the continents, and go around the world. Let's unlock this baby and let's go. Billings, Montana in the house. US online. Love it. Texas, Virginia, Alabama. I love it. Indianapolis in the house. Fort Worth, Texas. Yes, Botswana. All right, Botswana. Bringing the heat. Africa's online. Toronto. What's up? Hey, Colorado. UK. Kenneth Bow. Bringing the UK online. Sweet Home, Alabama. That's right. New Brunswick, Canada is online. Iceland, my man. Love me some Iceland. South Australia. Bring it. What's up, Internal Stranger? Oi, oi, oi. Hey, Funky Monk. You guys are bringing it correct. Portland, Maine. Reykjavik. Nice, baby. Costa Rica. Hold on. This is going to take me a second to find. We got Costa Rica. Belize, baby. Wisconsin. Kansas City. South Florida. I see you, Miami. We got Belize. South Africa's here. Colombia. Oh, yeah. Woo. We got South America online. Thank you, Colombia. Hey, Ghana. I see you. Ghana's online. Where's Ghana? Ghana. Isn't Ghana on the left coast here? Oh, Ghana, where are you? All right, I'll come back to Ghana. Somebody put in chat where Ghana is. Your boy here. Oh, Barbados. Where are you? Hey, South Australia. Poland's in the house. What, do we have Asia? India, China, Russia, Singapore, Philippines, Malaysia, Kazakhstan, Japan. Where you at? Nigeria. We got Nigeria. Ghana's on the left coast. Yes. Oh, Ghana. I'm sorry, Ghana. Your boy's an idiot. Oh, there we are. Nice. Memphis is in the house. Love it. All right, hold on. Let me pause this really quickly and let's take a look at how we did, y'all. Let's take a look at how we did. Let me put on a little background music for us. All right, let's see how we did. I did miss Barbados. Is Barbados Central America? I need a world map, guys. Someone from South America. Somebody was it? No. We got Colombia, Internal Stranger. Asia, oddly enough, seems to be the one. Asia, the biggest continent, seems to be the one we're having a tough time with. Ooh, Joel Belton hooking me up right now. Canada, UK, Iceland, Australia, Haiti. Ooh, Haiti. Boom, Haiti's online. Let's get you, Haiti. Costa Rica, Liechtenstein, Zimbabwe. Where's Zimbabwe? There's Zimbabwe. I see you, Zimbabwe. Liechtenstein. That's got to be near Germany, right? That sounds kind of Germanish. I'm sure the Liechtenstein people are like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, can you be like a little more toned up? Liechtenstein. I can't zoom in. I'm sorry. I accidentally highlighted Italy. We'll count that for Tom. Okay, North Italy. All right, you guys don't want to watch me fumble around with a map. Barbados. I don't know where Barbados is. Sadly, I know it's kind of in this region of the world, but the tiny ones are hard to get. Did we get anyone? Hey, Carmen San Diego. Did we get anyone from Asia? We always have India and Pakistan representing. Damn. Oh, well. Got a great story about a map. I'll tell you in person if you ever see me. Got a great story. Not good for streams, but... All right, guys. We didn't get it, sadly. But... Unbelievable. I would never have guessed in Asia would have been the problem. James Driscoll's usually bringing on the Middle East online. All right. Yeah, haircut fish. There are some options. BSEC sent me something a while ago that allowed you to kind of hook in. I don't know how it works. I didn't have time, unfortunately. Some things are wonderful ideas, and I can't. I don't have time. So, all right. Well, anyways, thank you to ACI Learning for sponsoring the Worldwide Wednesday. We'll try again next week to nail it and get it. But for now, you know what we're going to do, people. Sit back, relax, and let the cool tunes of the top cyber news wash over you in an awesome wave. Thank you, everybody, for playing Worldwide Wednesday.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
It's Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. U.S. Marshals hit by ransomware. The U.S. Marshals Service confirmed it fell victim to a ransomware attack on February 17th. The USMS tracks down fugitives and protects government witnesses, among other activities supporting the federal justice system. The agency said that data was exfiltrated from a system containing legal process returns and PII of subjects of USMS investigations, third parties, and employees. USMS is treating the attack as a major incident, but says it's been able to continue operations and clarified that no witness security program info has been compromised.
All right, couple things here. One, Tommy Lee Jones, definitely in the movie The Fugitive, stole the show. Like Harrison Ford, good work, Harrison. Tommy Lee Jones, the star as a U.S. Marshal. Okay, so when I think U.S. Marshals, Tommy Lee Jones drops into my head. Okay, now these guys got hit with a ransomware attack. I don't care if you're a gun-toting, horse-riding, Wild West shooting, cowboy mafia type fella. You use computers and infrastructure. I don't care what you're doing. You got computers and infrastructure, which means you're susceptible to cyber attacks. I don't care what your business is. There's no way you're not using a computer unless you're a kid with a lemonade stand. And even then, you're probably taking credit cards on Stripe. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Now, everybody could get a hit with ransomware. U.S. Marshals, yes, they did data exfil, but data exfil. Here's a fun fact if you don't know this already. Ransomware in the current theater does two things. One, they go in and the threat actors steal a copy of all your data, and then they encrypt all your data. It's called double extortion technique, made popular by Conti, I believe, or Wizard Spider. So this happened here. It's less that the U.S. Marshals got hit, and this is like some James Cameron movie or some Michael Bay movie where it's like espionage and all this other stuff. Like, it's literally just another business that got taken. Now, here's two things that I find interesting about this story. One, I wonder if the threat actors knew who they hit, because a lot of times they don't know who they got, right? Like it's a spearfish or it's a drive-by, like a watering hole attack. They don't know that they got these high-value targets. So when they did the exfil, I wonder if it was procedural, and then they're like, oh, all right, we'll just hit them anyways. Or if it was deliberate, like, ooh, we got a really juicy one here, let's hit them. I personally would have backed away. If I was a threat actor, I would have backed away from this one. Yes, you probably get paid, But dude, do you really want to bring that kind of heat on? Would you rob a police station? No. You would probably just go down a few doors and rob Joel Belton's ice cream shop. Much love and respect, Joel, but you're just a softer target than a police station. So hitting law enforcement, you are making bad choices, okay? Like already committing crime is a bad choice, but hitting a law enforcement agency is a real bad choice, okay? So I will be interested to see if there is a swift response from the United States federal government in responding to this ransomware attack. That's the first thing. The second thing, yeah, ice cream is a softer target. LOL, LOL. Okay, so, but here's an interesting thing, okay? And this is why I recommend people listen to Darknet Diaries, because there's all sorts of like little hidden nuggets in there. I was listening, and I want you. You might think like, oh my God, how could the U.S. Marshal Service get hit? Oh my gosh. Okay, listen, guys. First of all, yes, the tip of the spear, the guy with the gun, the guy kicking the door in. Yes, they're there, but guess what? They have payroll, they have HR, they have compliance, they have public relations. They have Carl working in there somewhere. So don't think that, these organizations like couldn't be susceptible. Now, here's the second thing I want to point out. Darknet Diaries. I was listening to episode 1 of Golem Fun. And if you're interested, it's an excellent episode. It's a case study on one particular, I use the term threat actor, but he's very gentlemanly, named, I forget his name, Brett Hazard maybe, or Brett something. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He actually got arrested by Secret Service and had turned informant. So he was operating in dark web marketplaces, dark web chat rooms, shadow crew back in the day, and he was basically working for the Secret Service. Now, in the podcast, he actually said, he had his computer, and his computer was being piped to a huge, 80-inch TV in the room, and Secret Service agents were watching the screen very diligently, studying every keystroke he made, making sure, seeing what he was doing. And he said, they did that for like 2 weeks, like right up his butt. And then the next 2 weeks, they were kind of like check into him. And then by the 6th week, he said that they were just, and this has no reflection on the U.S. Marshal Service or Secret Service in general. So let's just, qualify this. But he said in the interview that the 2 agents that were watching him were basically watching porn on their work computers at the facility in Columbia, South Carolina, from the Secret Service headquarters or whatever, like the field office. And he said, like, basically this guy just started committing his crimes again from the Secret Service office from that computer because they weren't watching him. So even if you're a diligent, vigilant, hardworking law enforcement, tip of the spear guy or woman, it is completely possible that you go to sites and visit resources on the internet that are terrible, terrible choices from government-owned devices, from government networks, okay? So my point is, this is why cybersecurity is a whole thing, guys. You need to protect from everybody, okay? Zero trust, because you can't even trust your insiders. Not that they're an overt threat, but they just make bad decisions, and they're a threat to themselves. All right, let's keep rolling.
Dish outages caused by confirmed ransomware attack. On Tuesday, satellite broadcast giant Dish reported that a ransomware attack was to blame for system issues that occurred over the weekend.
Really quickly, Kimberly wants to know if they were fired. They were not fired. They do get reassigned later on. Later on in the story, they do get reassigned, effectively fired because they make another horrible, horrible mistake. And the guy, Golem Fun, actually uses social engineering techniques based on what he learned from them at the Secret Service headquarters in order to manipulate them to not find his go bag in his apartment when they were tossing his apartment. Okay, let's go.
Dish said that, quote, certain data was extracted from the corporation's IT systems as part of this incident, end quote. Dish's internal communications, customer call centers, and websites have been affected. However, Dish, Sling, and wireless and data networks remain operational. The company hired an incident response firm to assist with the ongoing investigation and will contact customers in the event that their data was compromised during the attack.
All right, so The ransomware group that claims this is Black Basta Ransomware. This is a top-tier ransomware group, just so y'all know. Joe Belton or Eric Taylor will have to confirm for me if this is the newest iteration of Darkside, Black Cat, Black Alpha. I only say it because Black is in the name, so I'm not sure if this is a offshoot. The whole Darkside, Black Cat, Black Alpha V, they just keep iterating over who they are. Yeah, the Black Basta. SummerSlam. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Black Basta. All right, so this group is a high-profile ransomware threat actor group that's going after major players. Maple Leaf Foods, the American Dental Association, and Doris, my friend in Germany, the Deutsche Windtechnik group. So these guys are going for high-value targets. Dish Network is certainly, a high-value target. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Like, I like this. Like, I don't like crime and threat actors and all that other stuff. But, occasionally, and I do this on the channel from time to time, so if you've been a regular, you know I do this. Like, hat tip to them. Like, dude, if you're going to commit a crime, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you're going to commit a crime, you make it worth your while, right? Like, knocking over Joel Belton's ice cream shop. Yeah, okay, like, good score, but, like, come on. Again, I don't endorse or condone any of this behavior. I'm just saying, anytime these threat actors do something that, like, aligns with, like, the logic in my head, I do a little hat tip. Okay, so everybody in chat, William Welch, Guy Thompson, Tony Roy, Joe Belton, we all knew Dish got hit with ransomware. When your entire business disappears, like, instantly, it's very likely a ransomware attack. Dish is going to dig out. They have a incident response company helping them out now. Somebody like Barricade Cyber. This is why I say you need services like this to help you out. Dish isn't prepared to handle this. They're probably not prepared to talk to the threat actors. I have to imagine that Dish does have insurance. I would have to imagine Dish does have basic fundamental infosec like MFA, email gateways and stuff like that. They probably got hit with, if I had to guess, this is a total guess, like insider initial access broker got into them. So there's an entire marketplace of people who just get access to companies and then sell the access to other threat actors. So whatever, not good for Dish, but there isn't a lot of details on this one, so this isn't a good one to share in a job interview. But if details do come out, this would be a very recognizable brand name that most people have heard of that you can bust out in a job interview.
Some more bad news for LastPass.
Uh-oh.
LastPass said Monday that the same attacker that stole partially encrypted login data back in August hacked into an employee's home computer shortly thereafter. The threat actor was able to exploit a vulnerable third-party media software package on a senior DevOps engineer's computer to load a keylogger and steal their credentials. They then used the stolen creds to break into the corporate vault, which contained encryption keys for customer vault backups stored in Amazon S3 buckets.
What?
The engineer was one of only 4 LastPass employees with access to the corporate vault. Amazon notified LastPass of the incident after identifying the threat actor trying to use cloud identity and access management roles to perform unauthorized activity.
Hold on. This story is massive, and I need hold on. Just give me a second, guys, okay? Sorry, this is not uncommon for me, but this one's kind of a big deal. I need to... Okay. Okay, couple things here. Okay, couple things here. One, LastPass can't catch a break. Okay, this is a really bad situation for LastPass. But what I can say is this is more detail, more revelation from the breach that happened before. This isn't like a deeper, bigger breach. Okay. Two things. One, there's a whole lot going on here that is an opportunity for you to improve your cybersecurity program based on this massive breach. IT people, practitioners are going to know what LastPass is. They're going to know about this breach. This is an opportunity to help curb behavior that is not okay, that could lead to compromise. Now, this guy, one of 4 employees with keys to the master vault. So a threat actor got on his box, which is not uncommon, okay? Like we saw this with the LinkedIn hack years and years ago. A developer is using their own computer. They will have access to all sorts of stuff. In this story, the individual had Plex. Now, Plex is a very well-known, popular media streaming software. Okay, it allows you to basically have like streaming media, like your own Netflix. You can host your own collection and you could share it with friends. Okay, I run Plex, for example, on my in my environment. Okay, so Plex had a security flaw that got exploited. The threat actor got in. I do not know if the threat actor knew that they were getting such a high value target as one of 4 people at LastPass to have the creds into the master production database backups, but he did. Install the keylogger. Okay, so first of all, technically savvy to exploit Plex. Second of all, install the keylogger. I don't know what this individual was running for EDR or security technologies on their own workstation, but not catching a keylogger, that kind of sucks. Second of all, threat actor was able to catch with the keylogger the credentials that the individual used to type in to unlock their vault. So now they got that guy's vault, right? All of his passwords because he's running LastPass, obviously. Then the threat actor was able to log in to Amazon, AWS, and get access to the production backups. So this is explaining why the breach happened. So again, there's nothing new here. There's not another breach. This is just explaining how the threat actors got in and got access to the vault. So this is why clear text like website URLs and some other stuff was compromised, and password vaults, customer password vaults. Remember, customer password vaults, if you have a strong passphrase into the vault, your vault is safe as of right now. When quantum computing comes out, maybe it gets cracked. I don't know if people are going to spend the time to do that, but this is how it happened. They were able to catch it because of AWS's identity and access management defenses, noting that it was a weird login, or I don't know, it didn't get into detail, but if it was like geographical login or time of day, or maybe it was logged in on 2 different machines at the same time, whatever it was, this is really crappy. This is really crappy. Couple things here. One, zero trust architecture, right? Guys, you've got to be mindful with remote workforce, work from home, BYOD, etc. You've got to have jump boxes or other ways to get into stuff. EDR solutions on devices. Now, one thing that I want to point out that would be huge here, if this individual had such privileged access that they literally reserved it to 4 people in the entire business, this individual should have had, in my opinion, not just multi-factor authentication, period, to access that. The fact that the dude was able to catch a passphrase through a keylogger and then authenticate into the environment, that's a problem. That means they didn't have MFA. That's you know what I mean? Like, that's a problem. Second of all, for something that sensitive, I would actually advise a physical key for the second factor, right? 4 people in the whole organization. Dude, dole out the $80 for 4 UB keys and distribute them out. It's too important. Like, this is why GRC is awesome and people like need to come to grips that GRC is sick. Dude, when you look at the actual landscape and you say, this is super important, this is a high value asset, this is super critical, there's a reason we only allow 4 people access to this thing, then give it the appropriate controls to mitigate the risk down to an acceptable level. just having a password into your production backup databases, that's not acceptable. No one's going to accept that, right? Damn, man. LastPass, you're an authentication company. Like, you of all people should be all up in the business of securing access, right? I mean, that's so anyways, people are asking some questions here. They're flying by. I didn't see them, but just know, guys, like, keyloggers can get installed. I personally, if I saw Plex on someone's computer, I wouldn't be like, naughty, naughty, naughty. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, oh, I know Plex. Like, that's a reputable software. But any software introduces risk. Okay, guys? So, I know it's expensive, but sometimes for like these more sensitive users, these power users, you might want to have a work laptop and a play laptop, okay? Gosh. All right, let's keep rolling. And I might, the podcast might start over. It's very uncommon that I have to jump to music.
Times in 2022. Researchers extensively analyzed Telegram chat logs of 3 different cybercriminal groups who claimed to have accessed 100 separate times throughout 2022. In each case, so that they could divert any T-Mobile user into any online services connected to that phone number. Researchers said that all 3 SIM swapping groups remain active.
Wow. Use T-Mobile. T-Mobile based on that. Hey, what's up? Joel Belton with the Gifted Squad. All good. Carmen Sandiego on T-Mobile. Basically, neighborhood bicycle up in here, just getting ramrodded by threat actors all over the place. 3 different cybercrime groups. You know that they were, sharing details in hacker forums like, oh, dude, T-Mobile is easy to pop. This is, I don't know who the system, that makes me, like, okay, guys, like, first of all, how about an email security gateway that's better? Second of all, how about information security awareness on your staff? The fact that they could do SIM swapping really easily is quite concerning. If you have T-Mobile, you may want to be mindful of, not just with your T-Mobile phone, it's any, I've got 10 out of 10 network connection. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, SMS text messaging is not good. Multi-factor authentication is good if it works. If you're running T-Mobile, especially if your business is running T-Mobile, you might want to reevaluate that. So a lot of people are saying it's lagging. I'm not sure. I'm open to ideas here on how to resolve the issue. I have massive, I guess I'll wait a second. Close YouTube and open it back up, maybe. Hold on one second. I have, graphics going here, or whatever you want to call it, like data on the stream, and it seems to be going well here. I'll share it with you all on screen since I'm a very friendly guy. Let's see, stream health. Yeah, look at this. I mean, I know you guys don't need me to prove it to you, but like it says, stream is healthy. Stream health is excellent. So I guess close it and reopen it, maybe. All right. All right, guys, let's do the mid-roll.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Conveyor. AI can now literally answer any question on the internet in seconds, yet InfoSec teams are still in a living nightmare manually filling out security questionnaires with existing tools. Get out of the questionnaire stone age with Conveyor's new questionnaire eliminator tool powered by GPT-3. It provides perfectly crafted answers to questionnaires all within minutes, and review now takes seconds. Join the top SaaS companies in the GPT-3 powered future by using Conveyor. Learn more at conveyor.com.
All right. Friends, if you're new here, this is the mid-roll. Sorry to Panoptcy for my graphics are all jacked up. I'm sorry, Brandon. This is one of the faults of running a one-man operation. Sometimes production and actually cybersecurity practicing, I run out of time. So, again, thank you to Barricade Cyber Solutions for the continued support. Thank you to Panoptcy for their new interest in supporting the channel. Brandon's a wonderful person, and I genuinely appreciate the partnership with them. Thank you to ACI Learning for sponsoring Worldwide Wednesday. We do have a good time with that. Remember, Simply Cyber 30 is the code for 30% off. If you're getting educational value, all 126 of you, 117, it looks like 30 or 40 people dropped. Hopefully they get back in here. Maybe they're just refreshing. Thank you. Hit that like button. It does go a long way to helping the channel get discovered and, just healthy metrics and all that. So genuinely appreciate it. Thank Boban. Mila Savic. Appreciate that, Max Anthony. Guys, if you want to get my newsletter, what's a newsletter, Jerry? I get enough of those newsletters. I call it a newsletter, but basically I send you an email on Monday morning with 3 pieces of actionable intel. There's a link in the description below. I just dropped a link in chat. Thank you, Nightbot, for dropping that in chat. Guys, here's the deal. I deliver value in an email on Mondays. If you want some value, sign up. If you don't, that's fine. No big deal. If you sign up and don't get value, unsubscribe. It's fine. I call it a newsletter because I might send another email eventually, but for the most part right now, it's just a value add. It's just a value add service that I get up on Saturday and I write this email to everybody. All right. Guys, we got a fun one going. So if you're not familiar with the Simply Cyber Community Challenge, it started about a week ago. Compliments of Chuck Sapp. Thank you, Chuck. If you're a member of the Simply Cyber community, whether you're a squad member, whether you just come on the regular, I genuinely appreciate it. But we have an opportunity to build our network, and networking is so important, especially if you inadvertently get laid off. If you're trying to pivot out of your industry into cybersecurity, networking is going to provide you with unbelievable value, but some people don't know how to do it. So the Simply Cyber Community Challenge is part of that. Tom Bishop is currently holding the baton. Tom is about to tag somebody in chat. That individual, if they want to accept this responsibility, will go onto LinkedIn and post what it is about cybersecurity they love. Tag me, tag Simply Cyber, share something with the community. And then everybody in chat, go find that individual. Who's it going to be, Tom? Go find that individual and not only comment on their post, but connect with them. And connect with anybody in the comments who doesn't say first order connection. We will build your network up, whether you're a lurker, a passive observer, introverted, it doesn't matter. The Simply Cyber community is here to help, and we will help build your network and deliver wicked value. I can't wait. Definitely say the hashtag Simply Cyber Community Challenge in the post. My shirt says Cyber Coffee, Carl, and Audio. I will gladly explain it in a second. Patrick Butler. Is Tom Bishop in chat? Tom Bishop passing it to Jack Scott. Jack Scott, are you here? Let's see if Jax is here. Asking Jax. Love me some Jack Scott, guys. If you don't follow Jack Scott on LinkedIn and YouTube, definitely get in there. Outpost Gray. All right, hey, so Jack Scott, you will be 7 of 7 if you accept the challenge. This could be, like I said, guys, I'm friends with Jax. I hope she's able to continue this trend for us. All right, let's get back in the news. Thank you, everybody.
Former FTX director pleads guilty. On Tuesday, Nishad Singh, former engineering director for the now bankrupt FTX cryptocurrency exchange, pleaded guilty to U.S. criminal charges. Singh said he knew by mid-2022 that FTX's founder was borrowing customer funds to back his Alameda Research hedge fund without their knowledge. Singh expressed his remorse for his role in the plot and agreed to cooperate with prosecutors' investigation into FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried. Bankman-Fried pleaded not guilty to 8 criminal charges filed against him in December.
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
Double dipping on the sound effects. And Patrick Butler, I'll explain this shirt during the jaw-jacking segment at the end of the stream, which is in like 10 minutes. Guys, FTX, dude, we had like FTX stories left, right, and forward back a couple months ago, and it's been kind of quiet on that front. But now, like personally, in the most like I don't know if it's morbid or what, or perverse. I am so excited to watch Sam Bankman-Fried get the justice he deserves. What he did was absolutely despicable and completely unacceptable. And like now the chips are starting to fall. Singh, who was director of engineering, his girlfriend Jennifer or Jessica or whatever her name is, I can't even remember now, or Caroline something. She's going to turn state's evidence. Dude, this guy is going to have a murderer's row of people lined up who knew exactly what he was doing and exactly how he did it. And they're going to tell everybody. And this guy, like, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a freaking hot mess on fire if all this evidence comes out, which we all suspect it will, and he gets like a light sentence, like 7 years and like time served, or like just a financial penalty. Like that will again, I'm tinfoil hat speculating here, but like it would be so bad for consumer confidence and for society to see someone who was like so wealthy and connected to not get the justice they deserved. Paula Terranova with the gifted subs. Thanks, Paula Terranova. If you received one of those gifted subs like Duke Norris did, please make sure to say thanks to Paula Terranova for that. I see Will Reed got one. He's always smashing that like button. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. I mean, this story is, this isn't really a cybersecurity story. This is just a very interesting story. So I'm glad it's here. Continue to stay tuned on it as the legal proceedings proceed.
Gmail client-side encryption now publicly available. Gmail client-side encryption,
yes,
or CSE,
Judah
is
Tunes.
now generally available for Google Workstation Enterprise Plus, Education Plus, and Education Standard customers. Gmail CSE ensures that any data sent as part of the email's body and attachments, including inline images, will be unreadable before reaching Google's servers. Email headers, including subject, timestamps, and recipient lists, will not be encrypted. The encryption feature was rolled out to Gmail in beta test back in December after it had already been made available in beta for Google Drive, Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Google Meet, and Google Calendar.
All right. Yeah. So this feature's turned off by default, but you can enable it as a domain admin of a Google workspace. So couple things here. We don't typically get into crypto because it's not my favorite thing, but yeah, I don't even have a crypto sound effect, but we'll give it a toasty. All right, so listen. This story, this is different. Client-side encryption is different than end-to-end encryption, okay? So end-to-end means I send it and only I and the recipient can read it. This one it's encrypted from me to the Google servers before delivery. Why would you want to do that? Well, if you run a business and you have Google Workspaces and you use Google for your staff, right? From a compliance oversight, like regulatory perspective, insider threat management, you might want to decrypt those emails and verify that they're not sending out sensitive information. You want to make sure they're not sending out Coke's secret formula, or they're teeing up their inevitable departure in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, where they're going to go to a new company and bring a bunch of intellectual property with them. So there is a reason to do that. Now, having said that, if you are a Google Workspaces environment, you may want to consider going into the admin portal and configuring this, because it's off by default. You'd have to configure it. Your end users, based on what I know about this, you will experience zero impact. You will notice no difference, but you will get the benefit of client-side encryption, which would prevent a man-in-the-middle attack, or if someone kind of like dupes you. Well, I guess if they dupe you into a fake service, then you're not doing encryption anyways. But basically, this would prevent a man-in-the-middle attack of your email. So I feel like it's a small use case or likelihood of attack. But, I mean, if you can get additional security without any trade-off to usability or end-user experience, why wouldn't you? Right? Now, the final thing I'll say about this, because a lot of people don't realize this, is like Google Workspaces, Office 365. Yes, it's great, But a lot of small businesses use it, and they don't have an IT department. They don't have an InfoSec department. They outsource it to a SaaS provider so they can be agile and nimble and all that. So like you might actually use Google Workspaces at your business, and you don't even have someone who's like the cloud provider, the IT admin, or it's an outsourced MSP, right? Or managed service provider. So if that is the case, you might want to talk to your managed service provider about, hey, like this is available because this is something we can turn on. Again, this is extra security. It's the rare case where it's extra security and no additional friction or negative user experience. So gotta love that. Take it easy, Jim Wales.
Exploitation incidents skyrocket. On Tuesday, CrowdStrike released its 2023
Thanks, Cyber
Global
Munchkin.
Threat Report. The report found that cloud exploitation grew by a whopping 95% last year, and cloud
I'm gonna
continues to
boogie
evolve
here.
as a
I don't
new
know why.
battleground for adversaries.
I don't know why we're so
Also,
far behind on time.
Free attacks rose in 2022 as attackers sought new ways to evade antivirus protection and outsmart machine-only defenses. The report also showed that adversaries re-weaponized and re-exploited vulnerabilities, such as vulns affecting legacy Microsoft Active Directory and the ubiquitous Log4Shell vulnerability. Finally, the report highlights China Nexus as the most active targeted intrusion groups, targeting nearly all 39 global industry sectors and 20 geographic regions tracked by CrowdStrike.
All right, so I'm going to start moving really quickly because we're kind of behind time here because I had to read that LastPass story in Worldwide Wednesday. But yeah, thank you, Johnny. So CrowdStrike, big player in the market. They have researchers. They've got a lot of telemetry, a lot of data, raw data from all of their clients, so they can make these informed reports. I'll just speak really quickly. I would recommend, especially if you're like trying to break in the industry, it would be worthwhile to download this report right here and read it because there's going to be a lot of interesting information in here. I'd recommend using a burner email account because you're probably going to start getting a bunch of CrowdStrike marketing. But couple keynotes: cloud exploitation skyrocketed. No surprise here, right? Cloud, it's easy to access. It's internet facing. Of course, it's going to be attacked, and more people are putting more information in the cloud. Okay, malware-free attacks. If I said malware-free attack, you might be like, how is that even possible? Guys, malware-free, PowerShell, remote access solutions. There's a lot of technologies that are used for good, quote unquote good, that threat actors weaponize and take advantage of in order to do their criminal behaviors, right? If I can get your creds, like this LastPass story, I put a keylogger on this guy's machine, and then I just authenticated and went right in using all the normal tools and then exfilled, right? So I guess you could say the keylogger's malware, but like the actual overall attack didn't really use malware. So be mindful of that. This is why living off the land is a term in our industry that you need to be mindful of. Adversaries re-weaponizing and re-exploiting vulns. Yes, because people don't patch their stuff. Vulnerability management's dead. You need to get into continuous threat exposure management. This is no surprise. By the way, they said ubiquitous Log4Shell. Let's not kid ourselves. Log4Shell was a lot of what's the word? Oh God, there's a really like Log4Shell was like a lot of sizzle, but not a lot of substance, right? And then this China Nexus thing. I've never heard the term China Nexus, so I guess they're just saying that a lot of threat actors are operating out of China. I guess, yeah, that's true, but I feel like Eastern Europe is a bigger space for this stuff.
Gamers are fixing a video game taken over by hackers. Hackers have exploited serious vulnerabilities in Activision's Black Ops 3 first-person shooter game, allowing them to take over other players' computers. The hackers have the ability to kick players from games, corrupt downloadable content, and potentially steal data from other players. One frustrated gamer, Maurice Human, resorted to hacking the game, identifying and reporting two remote code execution vulnerabilities to Activision last year. While the company paid Human a bounty for one of the bugs, the company has yet to fix either of the issues. However, Activision now says it plans to release fixes this week.
Yeah, of course they do because they
and that doesn't for today.
Because they're in the front page of news. All right, so a couple things. One, way to go to this security researcher. I hope they put it on their resume. I hope they get like a little bit of a podcast tour. Basically, necessity is the mother of inventions. This player enjoyed playing Black Ops 3. A bunch of hackers are being a bunch of jerks and exploiting weaknesses and booting players, which obviously ruins the player experience, and corrupting your save files. So you put all that work into getting whatever assets and game stuff, and then these guys destroy it. So this guy found a bunch of vulnerabilities and reported them. Now, we don't know the vulnerabilities he reported are the same one that the threat actors are exploiting in order to corrupt the data saves. So it may just be like, a righteous gesture. I want to be real for a second. Black Ops 3 was released in 2015. Activision released it 8 years ago. It's probably, and this is not fair,
Straight cash, homie.
it's probably not making money for them. They Aaron KG is talking about Warzone. Warzone is like, big boy Fortnite. And they probably make, hold on, check this out. How much money does Warzone make a day? Okay, let's say a day. According to this report, $5.2 million a day. Okay? Warzone makes $5 million a day. Now, I want to tell you, Black Ops 3 probably makes nothing a day. Okay?
Straight cash, homie.
Let's be real here. If you have a product that makes nothing, and then you have another product that makes $5 million a day, which one do you think the CEO is going to focus all of his dev staff to? Yes, obviously, the Warzone one. So Activision's not really interested in investing time, energy, effort, resources into fixing or repairing a game that they released 8 years ago. And this is one of those challenges with software, or even like, online courses and stuff. Like, at what point are you like no longer obligated to maintain it, right? So if like Super Mario Brothers, like if a bug was found in Super Mario Brothers, a game released 40 years ago, is Nintendo on the hook to fix it? I'm being playfully humorous, but you get my point, right? So, anyways, that's the story with that. Now, sorry to NCC Group and Base Case for running over stream. We're about 7 minutes over. I do want to take a look at my calendar really quickly. Make sure I don't have a meeting at 9 so the jaw jacking can commence. I do not. All right, guys, definitely appreciate y'all being here. Before you go, I want to share a couple. Things with you. I was supposed to have Mike Warner on stream tomorrow night. There was an issue. It's not a big deal. He'll be on stream April 6th. But guess who's coming? Guess who's always ready? Who's always down for a? Guess who's always down for a pinch hit?
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
Yes. Charles Finfrock, my good friend, Simply Cyber community champion, Charles Finfrock, is coming on tomorrow night to talk about, now the guy's an expert in surveillance technology. He wants to talk about spy balloons. This will only be on YouTube. For some reason, I got a little wiggy about putting it on LinkedIn. I don't want to get deplatformed on LinkedIn. And I have a feeling that this conversation might like wade into the waters of like sus. So so join us tomorrow on YouTube only for tomorrow on YouTube only for Charles Finfrock. The guy's a legend. I love him. We're going to be talking about that spy balloon that flew over Montana and got shot down over South Carolina, the other ones that are out there, and surveillance technology in general. Also want to remind you guys, whoops, that's not correct. If you didn't already know, if you're available later today, Anti-Siphon is doing the 2023 Most Offensive Summit. It's literally the most offensive con that ever offensived. I love Anti-Siphon. I love what they do. Thank you, Reggie Davis, for putting the report on. Thanks for taking one for the team, Reggie Davis, your email account. I will be speaking at this summit later today. I believe I speak at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're interested in hearing some OffSec talk, if you're thinking about becoming a pen tester, ethical hacker, this is a great opportunity, a free cyber conference for you to take advantage of. Anti-Siphon, Black Hills Information Security, they are just outstanding like champions of our community. They give, they are inclusive. I I am inspired. Simply Cyber takes a lot of cues from Anti-Siphon and Black Hills Information Security. They inspire me. If you like Simply Cyber's vibes, you'll love Anti-Siphon's vibes. Come check out this conference later today, even if you can't catch my talk at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, so we're a couple minutes over. I'll do a couple more minutes of jaw jacking if you guys are interested. Again, thank you to Panoptcy for becoming a new sponsor of the stream. Ooh, Joshua B getting a motorcycle endorsement. Very nice, Joshua B. Wayne's Real World. Yep, Black Hills is sick. I love me some Black Hills. Oh, cool, Cyber Munchkin. We'll see you there. All right, Reggie Davis. Thank you. Boban Milsavjevic. Is there a third shift opportunity in the cyber field due to personal circumstances? I can't work first shift. Yeah, actually, Boban, if you can, I don't know if Stacy Loki is here. Is Sweet Delights still here? So, Boban, Sweet Delights is in chat. She works third shift. She actually just started another rotation on third shift because she likes third shift so much. Boban, I would also say, check this out. Simply Cyber, Sock, Stacy, Jess. Let's see if I can pull. Yeah, here, check this out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is how we serve. This is how we serve our community. Boom. This right here is Stacy Loki. She's Sweet Delights in chat. This right here is Jess Bishop. She's Jess Bishop in chat. This right here is a link, Boban, to a live stream I did where I interviewed both of them, and they are working overnight shifts. This is an entire hour-long interview on working the third shift as a SOC analyst. So giddy up on that. Thank you, Stacy Loki. Great, great people of the community. Really quick, I don't know if Patrick Butler's still here. Patrick Butler, let me see if Patrick Butler is still here. Patrick, hi. Yeah, so let me wave to Patrick Butler. Doink. So Patrick Butler asked earlier, what is this shirt about? So I try to limit the amount of like inside jokes we have, but periodically I'll revisit them because they're part of like what makes our community a community, okay? So, I love cyber. I always drink coffee, like lots of coffee. Carl is kind of like my placeholder for an end user that makes bad decisions, okay? Now, the Carl that we talk about is based on this Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is like, I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And this is Carl right here. So when I say Carl or you hear this sounder, that's who we're talking about. He's an end user that clicks on dumb things, that misconfigures, databases and stuff like that. We don't hate Carl. We just have to account for Carl when we're making decisions on how to protect our organization, okay? Like, it's no disrespect to Carl, but you need to be mindful that there are Carls in your environment and that you have to account for them in your decision-making process. Now, the final thing is audio, and I'd like to say that we haven't had that many issues on the stream in a while, but I, Jerry Ozier, am notorious for having audio issues on my stream. But because this is, all about good times and, I'm a one-man shop, we just roll with the punches. So Carl, cyber, coffee, Carl, and audio, these are axiomatic elements of any Simply Cyber production. No, Aaron Lancaster asks, where's the sound from? The sound is actually, the sound is actually from Walking Dead. And, cool! Okay, like, this is what it is, okay? It's all about Carl. Okay, like whatever. This is what it is. This is Rick Grimes just being like, Carl! And if you watched my most recent episode on the channel, if you watched my most recent, oh my god. If you watch my most recent video on the channel, which should come up here in a minute, there is a Easter egg in here of Carl. Okay, so if you're interested in learning about why vulnerability management is dead and why continued threat exposure management is eclipsing it, go check out this video, and then you'll get the Carl inside joke as well. Thank you, Kimberly. Simply Cyber / I guess merch. If you're interested, here's how you can get that that shirt. You can get it in a hoodie format. This is a nice hoodie. I like that. Damn, I do like that. I might get this. Honestly. I pay for these things just the same way everyone else does. I will tell you that occasionally the merch store has discounts. So whenever I see those, I make you guys aware, like 20% off, whatever. All right, we're a couple minutes over. Yes, Carl does actively defer patches. Aaron Lancaster knows Carl. Oh, Haircut Fish. So Haircut Fish will be dropping a What's Your Meme Thursday tomorrow. Be looking forward to that. I don't censor Haircut Fish. Whatever he drops is what we take. All right, guys. Oh, Reggie Davis. We're inclusive here at the channel. We're all about good times. We're all about inclusion. Hey, Neon Nomad, good to see you. All right, guys, it's about 9 o'clock. Oh, really quick thing. I'll be posting about this on LinkedIn later today. But my my USB nugget and my Wi-Fi nugget came from Cody Kinsey. If you guys remember, Cody Kinsey came on stream the other day. And I have to build it still, but I got my little. How can I can I get a light on this? Yeah, look at this is a Wi-Fi deauthor. And it's just like a Flipper Zero, except there's way more features and functionality. I can't, yeah, it doesn't really show up, but you'll see it. I'll be playing with it. Thank you to Cody Kinsey and Retia and the whole gang over there working their butt off on these USB nuggets. Can we snap on that camera? Thank you. So, stay tuned. Also, just as a fun fact, because I have so much free time, I actually bought 5 microcontrollers, and I'm going to be building, and I'll make a video to accompany it, but I'm going to be building 5 basically poor man versions of rubber duckies, and I'll be raffling them off to the community afterwards, or at least 4 of them. I want to keep one for me. All right, guys. Let's play a fun song to get out of here. All right, guys. Everybody be good. Have a wonderful day. Thank you all so very much. And until next time, stay secure. Yay!